Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, March the 16th, 2023. Thursday, March the 16th. Today's episode was just an episode, okay? Right? We have Alexis being a pain in the butt, but she did do the right thing. If you think somebody's been drinking, take their keys. But Alexis just wasn't reading the room. To me, it looked like Gregory was going to have a stroke or something because he was slurring his word. I would feel it was more medical than drinking because when she sat down to Sam and she told Sam about it, Sam said, "Did you smell alcohol?" And she goes, "No." And Sam's like, "Well, it could have been something else, right?" He needed to go to the hospital immediately, period, immediately. So, but I said, look, give me your keys. Because look, he could have passed out in the car behind the wheel, seriously, with whatever is happening to him with his medical condition, because that's exactly what it's going to be. That's why he wanted to go to exam room 3. So anyway, they got nowhere. He's more mad at her than ever. Told her to leave his keys downstairs at the concierge, and he didn't want to see her ever again. Whoa! And she's still telling Sam, something's not right. I gotta find out. Something else is going on. Alexis, it's just none of your business. And she is making it like it is the scoop of the year. The scoop of the year. She's got to find out. So we have, can you guess who this is? Brooklyn. I get so sick of her. Even, I mean, the writings have to be horrible. Okay, Brooklyn, you're going to stand right here. Maxie's going to come up to you and say something. Do the Brooklyn, and they have to call this move right here. And her mouth is always open. The script says, take 2 steps forward and do the Brooklyn. Chase comes out and starts talking. You look at Chase and do the Brooklyn. Chase is about to leave. He looks back at you. Do the Brooklyn. I can't stand that. Is that supposed to be cute or coy? Or even sexy? Oh my goodness. It's annoying. So they finish their meeting. Maxie wraps it up. Let's see. Obrecht gets the news from Terry. She tells Nina and Sonny, but we don't hear what she has to say because she goes, they said, is it, are you a donor? And she looks at them. Well, and I thought, here we go. We're going to give good news with that face. But it was actually not, it was okay news because what it is Liesel is on anticoagulants, so blood thinners. And she cannot do a bone marrow transplant really or have any kind of surgery. When you're on blood thinners, they take you off of them, right? But it's not for a long period of time. It really isn't before it gets out of your system. So she just has to wait until the blood thinners, because Liesel could bleed out, period, on the table with blood thinners, right? Even if you're taking blood thinners and you're going to do some dental work, they have you kind of wean back, because they don't want nothing to, you start to bleed and you bleeding, right? So it's still good news. It's just Willow has to hang on longer. Willow has to hang on longer until Liesel is given the go ahead. So that was good news. That was really good news. Nina noticed a bunch of bodyguards outside of her place when Sonny came, and she's like, "What's with all the bodyguards?" And he goes, "We'll talk about it later." And he said that to her a couple of times. Now Liesel's gone. He goes, "We'll talk about it." She goes, "No, Sonny, well, let's talk about it now. What's going on with the bodyguards?" And he goes, You were the one who said you didn't know what was going on and want to know what goes on in my business. So, you know, and so she goes, well, I'm beginning to rethink that. Because she goes, are you okay? Because he goes, an incident happened. Are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm here. Yes, I'm okay. So she's gonna now be nosy all in his business and probably just getting on his last nerve now that she does know. So let's see what else is next. We have Trina talking to Esme, and Esme gets defensive, thinking Spencer sent her. And so she goes, I know who you are. And so she goes, you have your memory back? She says, no. But you were with Spencer. Are you his girlfriend? And she goes, my name is Trina. She goes, Trina Robinson. Because she met Trina's mother. She goes, you're the girl that I harmed, or, And Trina said, yeah, you tried to have me sent to jail for something I did not do that you did, you know. And so then she's like, well, why are you here? Did Spencer send you? And then she became protective of her baby, right? Who was just the cutest thing. I'm gnawing on that teething, and just a cutie patootie. We had both of the cutie twins on today. We had Amelia and we had Ace. Oh, they were just too cute. Carly was gushing all over Amelia, period. Just gushing. And I would too. That's a beautiful baby. Both of them, beautiful babies. So anyway, Trina fills her out. And then at the end, Esme said, did I pass? See, she goes, she goes, what do you mean? So Esme says, I may not have my memory, but I'm not stupid. She goes, you were here testing me. Did I pass? And Trina just looked at her. She really did not give an answer or not. She said, I was here to just check on you, check on the baby, check on you. And so Esme just looked at her. She goes, well, it's time for me to get him back, into his room. So, that's how that went. And Trina walks out, and then she calls Joss and tells her, meet me at Sonny's. And Joss was still with Cam because he was still giving her the what for about Dex, which was going nowhere. And then she texted Spencer saying she was on his way. So now we got Sonny before he gets to Nina. Spencer walks in a foul mood, and he sees Dex, and he lays in on Dex, and Sonny comes out, and he goes, what is he doing here? And Sonny looked at him. He said, I'll have to explain myself to you. This is my house. And I invited him to stay. He's going to be staying with us for a while. And Spencer went to say, he goes, no, you don't have anything to say about who I have at my house. And he goes, and you know what? You check your attitude. Because see, I'm not your enemy. And he goes, sorry. See, oh yeah, sorry. Yes. I'm just in a bad mood. Because Dex had left the room, right? He goes, I'm in a bad mood, and I don't want to have to deal with him. I don't want to see him. Sonny said, well, he's here, and I expect you to get along with him. Because he had told Dex the same thing, and Dex says, sure, boss, of course, And so Spencer's like, he goes, Spencer? He goes, no, fine, yes, okay. And I'm thinking that he's not. He's going to still be saying little belittling things, which he did, So Dex comes out the room. Sonny leaves, goes to Nina's. He goes, is Sonny here? Spencer goes, no. So then Dex says, do you know where he went? And Spencer says something to him, but then the knock on the door came. So Dex goes to open the door. He opens it. It's Joss and Cam. And Joss is looking at him like, what? And then she's looking at his shirt, and I guess she could see that that's Sonny's shirt. I don't know why she looked at his shirt like that, because you couldn't tell that he had a bandage on his arm, that he had been shot. And she was like, but then she realized, because Spencer not Spencer, Cameron is just looking at the interaction like, mm-hmm. And so she catches her face, right? And then she just walks right past Dex because Spencer's looking too. Oh, by the way, before Sonny left, Spencer told him, he goes, what do you have? Why do you have something against Dex? And he goes, because Jocelyn broke up with Spencer to be with Dex. And so Sonny says, Jocelyn could be with whoever she wants, right? Which I'm thinking, no, Sonny's fouling that back because he's getting ready to get back to Dex. I got something going on in my eye, folks. He's going to get back to Dex on that because he told Dex to stay away from Jocelyn. So anyway, I thought, ooh, beans are spilled. Beans are spilled, right? So after they all come in, and Jocelyn's kind of glancing at Dex as he walks by, and but while they were at the door, Spencer's like, well, let my friends in. I mean, he was just being obnoxiously ridiculous. And even Cameron was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Why would he need to do this, right? So that was funny. So anyway, Trina shows up, and Trina says, listen, y'all, I just came from seeing Esme. And Spencer's like, yeah. And so they're like, Esme, why? She goes, I wanted to see for myself. And I wanted to, check on the baby. And so she goes, you know what, guys, I need to talk to you about this. We need to drop the charges. He goes, I need to go to the DA and I want to tell them I want to drop the charges against Esme. And so Jocelyn said, look, Trina, it's not that simple. We could not get the DA to drop the charges against you. So they're not going to drop them against Esme because she is guilty. And said, then why would you want that? And she says, look, if Esme is lying about losing her memory, she's doing a darn good job of lying. A darn good job. She says, good enough, I think, that a jury would have sympathy on her. Poor Esme, single mother, loves her child, and she might get off. And then she goes, bottom line, at some point, the old Esme is going to come back, and then she cannot be tried for the same crime. And they're like, oh, you're right. So, but if we drop the charge or postpone, have them just postpone the charges, release her, they could pick up the case later. And so they all were in agreement. And Spencer's like, you do that for my baby brother? And she goes, bottom line, the Esme that did all of this, that's the one I want to pay. So they called Diane, and Diane said that they could all come over. I got an eyelash in my eye and it's driving me crazy. Said that they all could come over and talk to her, and they're going to talk to, she'll probably go to Robert, and that's going to be how they're going to do it. That there's just a little, they're going to let it go for a while, let her out, probably under Kevin and Laura's watchful eye, and so that's probably what they're going to do. So we shall see how that works. I mean, could definitely work. But that was it. I mean, there was just nothing really, really going on the show today. So I was like, okay, well, not too much to talk about. All right. But let's go to Comment Corner, because we definitely got some great comments. Let's go to comments. Susan did a phenomenal job, everybody. Susan is the first comment, and she really breaks down exactly what happened. Look, Susan, I think you wrote down more than I even said. Thank you so much, Susan. Everybody come back and read Susan's phenomenal comments. A nice written breakdown. And she even says, like I said, maybe Esme and her baby could stay with Laura and Kevin, if the authorities agree to hold off on the charges until she regains her memories. Yep. And then Cassandra Claus says Miss Wu poured the liquid into Victor's drink from a small bottle of liquid Holly gave her. Wu poured it into his drink. Okay, I just forgot that. Mika Sandra also says Alexis is bossy. She's out of control. She's controlling. And when Alexis is unable to manipulate / control, she herself becomes even more out of control. She does. She really, really does. NK Rose says, I wish Cameron told Joss to tell Trina the truth. I think Trina, I don't know. Does Trina know Joss is with Dex? Joss still maybe omitting that from Trina. She just might be. Gwendolyn says, can Aunt Liesel throw a blood clot trying to save Willow? They're going to take her off her anticoagulants until it's completely out of her system. Yeah, they will monitor that. Doctors will take patients off of anticoagulants for, like I said, for medical procedures, and they monitor them. And then once the procedure's over, they get them started right back up again on them. And then B Brown says, I think Gregory has diabetes. I know with the high and low blood sugars, it'll be something like that. And he's not keeping it in control like he should. And Gwendolyn says, first thing that came out of my mind is Gregory is diabetic. Watch. It's going to be something. And Alexis is going to just really make this big deal and end up with egg on her face. And then it'll be, we're friends. Why didn't you just tell me? It's like, friends back off when they're asked to back off, Alexis. So we'll see how that goes, right? Lucy said, B Brown says, Spencer's becoming a father. Spencer's being Spencer, if you ask me. Lucy says Spencer needs to rein it in. Esme is with Esme and her baby Ace, or he can kiss goodbye to a future with Trina. Susan says, or even get custody of Ace. I think he's already blown it. I mean, Spencer's acting like a hot mess. Ron says Spencer is so spoiled. He thinks cause he has money, the people should answer to him. I know. Sonny did give his daughter some fatherly advice, whether she takes it or not. Who knows when she leaves Dex, says to your daughter he would have known she was Michael. I don't quite get that. Could have told him. Yeah, I don't understand that part. Dex sees that Sonny really cares about his children. Now I wonder he would hit on her or turn her father against her. You mean Christina? Well, Christina's gay or bi. Christina's not interested. Well, she might. Who knows? Who knows what they're having her be this year? Susan says he wouldn't want to interfere with Christina and Sonny. Alicia said, for some reason, I don't believe that Ryan was Esme's father. Lucy says, I read somewhere a rumor that Elizabeth's father, Jeff Weber, could be Esme's father, not Ryan. LaShanta says, oh, I forgot this part, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of which, Esme, I guess the baby's down, sleeping in her room. And you know what? See, I couldn't do it. Not in the prison. Criminals, somebody jealous of me could come in and hurt my baby. Because she's in the little waiting area, looking at a book, just sitting there kind of bored, and no Ace because she's put him down. And I'm like, not there, right? And so the guard comes and says, you have a piece of mail, gives it to her, and it's from Heather Weber at Darkham. And Esme drops it. And I think I forgot to put the picture there. And her eyes was like, like, oh my goodness. It was I loved it because she just seeing Heather's name, it scared her. And she had to get her composure. And then when she got her composure, she went over and picked up the letter, and like she opened it, she read it, she's like, so we'll see what Heather's saying to her. Probably some crap like, I'll be over there soon. Hang in, mama's coming, right? So Anariana says it was a filler Wednesday. And I'm not mad. Josh, her dues are still coming. Great recap. Well, today was a filler Thursday too, right? DB says, I don't want to see no storylines in trafficking, especially don't want to see poor traumatized Christina be the victim of its life. The victim of it life is already stressful. And then Michael says the episode was a filler Wednesday. I see. I believe Esme's memories are coming back, because to me her personality is coming back too. It's starting to show. She's her usual snarky self. I can see GH dealing with a human traffic storyline, but not involving Christina. I believe Sonny and Nina both wanted to give Phyllis Charlie's. Yeah, I think so too. But guess what? She ain't there. She must found her new man. You don't see her at Charlie's at all. To replace the tan oak. You are correct. The nurses' ball was about Robin wanting to spread awareness of AIDS and HIV. Sonny bought a wing of GH and dedicated to Stone Cates. Yeah, Cates, the younger brother of Jagger Cates and boyfriend of Robin Scorpio. Great recap. They did a false imprisonment of Esme. Nicholas should have turned her into the police for breaking into his safe. He was protecting Ava. Yeah, he was protecting Ava too, because they thought Esme would say that, no, that's when he broke into her safe. He hadn't held her captive yet. And then Susan did another nice long recap. Susan, goodness, you were in the typing mood today. Let's see. We also have YAA. Spencer was violated. He was violated. He was stalked and lured and enticed and just beguiled by Esme. He is reeling, and it's justified. Yeah, he is. He was just betrayed. And Susan Sandy says, I don't trust Esme. Her memory's coming back. Amnesia doesn't remove the crimes you committed. I know. The writers gave Esme amnesia, but we don't have amnesia. We remember everything she did. Susan says, and Ava, Josh, Cam, Trina, and Spencer all remember what she did. And Portia, Curtis, and everybody in Port Charles remembers what she did before she lost her memory. They sure do. Monique says, Josh hates Sonny and his life, but yet she is with someone who works for Sonny and lives that life. Josh is a big hypocrite, and now she knows how it feels to be in a room with somebody you sleeping with that you're going to call love at your age. You're in love with him, and you couldn't even ask the question, couldn't even look his way too long, couldn't give yourself away. How long can you handle that, Jocelyn? So that's it for my daily recap of General Hospital. I will be back tomorrow.